Hello and welcome to Impera Project, a project built on a dream. Science fiction, a culture that has sparked interest and gave birth to many memorable stories. A topic which lets the mind wander in the infinite expanse of the universe, unhinged. Its creator, Isaac Asimov, and his followers, be them Frank Herbert, George Lucas, or others, have left behind a legacy of intergalactic wars, interesting and often terrifying alien encounters, tales of love and adventure into the great unknown. With the further development of technology and quantum physics, science fiction took a more relative and philosophical approach, as it can be seen in movies such as Interstellar. But one problem still remains. Why is it science fiction? Why did we not achieve those remarkable goals of exploring the space, of colonizing? Why are we nowadays fighting each other and not some alien invader? And the more interesting question, why didn't others? Are we alone here? Is the biblical truth real? Will there never be a scenario such as in Mass Effect, Star Trek, or Star Wars? Today we shall find out. But before we start this video, we would appreciate it if you'd press that subscribe button, turn on the notifications, leave a like and a comment if you enjoy our content. We've just surpassed the first half of the 1000 subscribers goal and we believe we can achieve it fast at this pace. So don't be afraid to join our small community. Thank you very much. Now let's get down to business. In 1950, a certain Enrico Fermi, an Italian-American physicist, had a casual conversation with a fellow brother of profession, Edward Teller. The question, related to alien life and alien existence, ended in the following painful rhetorical answer. Where is everyone? The chain of reasoning was something along the way. There are billions of stars in the Milky Way, similar to the Sun. There is a high probability that some of them share similar planets to Earth. These stars are older than the Sun, which means the planets next to them are older than the Earth. Therefore, some may have developed intelligent life long ago. Some of these civilizations may have developed interstellar travel. It would take a few million years to traverse the Milky Way. But taking into the account how old those stars should be related to our Sun, we should have been visited by other life forms, or at least their probes. However, there is no convincing evidence that this happened. Where is everyone? The Fermi Paradox is the apparent contradiction between the high probability of the existence of aliens in the universe and the lack of evidence for or contact with those said aliens. But the true question is the probability really that high? We will do our best to explain it as simply as possible, but we will require the aid of the evolutionary theory of Charles Darwin. Let's take a look at how our race, the humankind, has reached its current situation. For life to come to existence, it requires heavy atoms, such as carbon. These kind of atoms only exist in the fiery depths of stars. They are formed there, and when the star finally succumbs and explodes, reaching the end of its lifespan, those atoms are sent flying all the way across the nearby space. Talking numbers, this event can take up to 1 billion years. In theory, by finding a habitat that can offer the proper conditions for life to occur, it would take up to 4 billion years to form an intelligent life species. This is of course the case of humanity. To summarize, it takes at least or somewhere around 5 billion years to create an intelligent life form. Our universe is pretty young. It has only 13.7 billion years, which means that this circle of creation could occur twice so far. So, why don't we have at least 50 sentient life species in our galaxy as it is depicted in Star Wars? Where are they? There are two sides in this story. The side that advocates that intelligent life forms haven't visited us yet because we are somehow unworthy. At the end of the day, as humans, we are a race of warriors, of despoilers and barbarians. We are aggressive and more often than not, we engage in free warmongery. But this doesn't mean it isn't the exact same for others. Taking into account the evolutionary theory, survival of the fittest is more or less an universal truth. This means that a species needs to evolve to face the harsh realities of its environment. which also means social confrontations. People think that the solid proof that aliens exist but actively choose not to visit us or make any form of contact is because they are disgusted by what they see here. The other side says that they have already been here, and they bring us proof all the conspiracy theories such as the drawings in wheat farms, the UFOs, the strange lights and stories of abduction. The stories that these reptilians have penetrated and infiltrated human society, that they are conducting experiments, or that we live in some sort of simulation, that aliens are our creators, all sound extremely interesting, yet they couldn't be further from the truth. Both sides are terribly misled. There are no aliens at Area 51, there is no contact. Why are we so sure? There are three main obstacles that stand in our way meeting our intergalactic brothers. We will take them one by one. First of all, we require a planet capable of sustaining primary or basic life forms. This might not be a problem per se, but please take into consideration that this process is mostly random in its purest form. So the probability of basic life form appearing on this okay planet is pretty low, even if all the conditions are met. For example, if we take a glass of water and add all the minerals and vitamins required for life to occur, the chances of a fish appearing in the glass of water are close to zero. Nobody knows how many planets this process requires in order to repeat the phenomenon which brought us to light. For example, in the Milky Way there are somewhere around 800 billion to 3.2 trillion planets. There could be many more, yet taking into the account the small probability of life actually developing, subtracting the planets which cannot sustain life such as Venus or even Pluto, many scientists believe that there could be only a couple of life forms in our immense galaxy, probably no way near those astonishing numbers presented in Star Wars or Mass Effect. Okie dokie, but there are a lot of galaxies. Maybe there could be life in another one. Sure, it is the same probability. It isn't really something we should be bothering with, because here we delve into the second problem. Basic life forms have to evolve into intelligent life forms. We have dogs, for example. Yes, they are our best friends. They are cute and display some signs of basic wit. Yet they are not intelligent life forms. The evolutionary theory of Charles Darwin says that a species evolves as long as it can adapt and survive its environment. A species needs to survive, not to be clever. As we can see once again, on our small planet many species have survived and never evolved to have intelligence. But what if we take more galaxies? A small probability here, a small probability there, we can get some intelligent species out of it, can we not? Of course we can. If we take a big enough number of galaxies and by association an insane number of planets, the chances of finding advanced life forms rises. And here we meet the third problem. Distance. We will explain in a video dedicated solely to this topic, but no object can surpass the speed of light. For example, in Star Wars, the hyperspace is an alternative dimension which allows the speed of light. It is not our own dimension. Science fiction writers had to face this terrible truth. In the end, you can break any laws you want, but not the laws of physics. So, if a spaceship made by some alien race can travel with a fraction of the speed of light, it would take millions of years just to travel through our Milky Way. Taking into account the relativity of time, if an alien race somehow surveys the Earth right now, there is a good chance it will see dinosaurs, or maybe not even that. If there truly was a contact with another being, it was long before we came to be. Humanity is a pretty young species. We number only about 200,000 years old. We are a child compared to everything around us. By using this idea we can defeat delusional arguments such as the intervention of aliens in the construction of pyramids, for example. If you look at a wasp nest, a dumb species, as in not intelligent, you will probably not explain to the wasp queen how electricity works. If aliens really visited us, they probably just left without doing anything in particular to our aquatic ancestors. So let's check those probabilities once again in order to discover where is everyone. We need a planet that can sustain life. This is manageable. Then we need basic life to happen there. This already is a hard task to achieve. Then that life needs at least 4 billion years to become somewhat intelligent. So far we know only one case of this happening, us. And then that intelligent life form needs to discover ways of communicating across insanely big distances throughout the observable universe. Bear in mind that the universe is in a constant expansion which happens faster than the speed of light, and like we said, no object can surpass it, so whatever lies beyond the observable universe is lost forever to us, drifting apart faster than we can perceive it. Taking all of this into consideration, the answer is simple. We are just a few intelligent life forms, few and far between, with almost impossible to obtain knowledge about each other. We are apart from each other and we see only extremely outdated versions of our home planets. More than that, traveling even remotely close to one another is impossible. And more than that, some of us are constantly distancing themselves throughout the universe. This is our answer, a sad one unfortunately, but one with a high degree of truth. We hope you enjoyed this video. We know that what we presented here is extremely simplified compared to what a physicist could tell you. Nonetheless, we hope you found this video informative, and if you want to see more, we would appreciate it if you'd subscribe. As always, don't forget to leave your own thoughts in the comments section. Thank you very much for your time, and we will gladly see you in the next video.